Muhammad married the divorced wife of his own adopted son. And you might say, well, kind of weird, but how would that show he's not a prophet? What do you think, Sam?
Well, according to chapter 33, verse 37, and chapter 33, verse 5 of the Quran, 33, 37, 33, verse 5, Muhammad was told by Allah not to be ashamed of the fact that he's going to marry the divorcee of his adopted son, because Muhammad is going to set precedence. His example of marrying his adopted son's divorcee would then give permission, license to other people to do the same in case they had adopted sons who also divorced women. But here's the problem. That was chapter 33, verse 37. Here's the problem. Shortly after that passage was sent down from Allah to condone what Muhammad did, Muhammad abolished adoption altogether. Because according to the tradition, Muhammad had adopted a son named Zayd. Zayd ibn Muhammad, he was called up to that time, who divorced Zaynab, and Muhammad married Zaynab. Well, when people started making fun of Muhammad, started mocking him, saying, look, he took his son's wife. So guess what Muhammad did in chapter 33, verse 5? Stop calling your adopted sons your sons, because they are not your sons. Let me read the verse. Call them adopted sons by the names of their fathers. That is more just with Allah. But if you know not their fathers' names, call them your brothers in faith, right? Or your freed slaves. There is no sin on you if you make a mistake therein, except in regard to what your hearts deliberately intend. And Allah is ever forgiving and most merciful. And 33:40 was also sent down saying, Muhammad is not the father of any of your men, but he is the messenger of Allah and the seal of the prophet. So notice what's going on here, David. He marries Zayd's divorced wife Zaynab, who happened to be Muhammad's first cousin, to set precedents for other adoptive fathers, right, to do the same in cases of their adopted children divorce their wives. But then after that, he abolishes adoption in order to save face, because people kept mocking him. Look, you claim to be a prophet and you married your adopted son's wife? How dare you? What prophet would do that? So now how does this set precedence when he abolished adoption shortly after that?
So there you have multiple problems with this,
Yes.
but this does follow a general pattern of Muhammad receiving revelations that have no purpose whatsoever other than justifying some practice that would have been really seriously frowned upon by the people around him. He would have been regarded as doing something horribly inappropriate, marrying the divorced wife of his own adopted son after he caused the divorce, and then justifying it with a verse that makes no sense, because the reason Allah wants him to do it, why? Because you have to understand it's okay to marry the divorced wives of your own adopted sons, but now I'm getting rid of adoption, so this will never apply ever again.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's absolutely silly and ridiculous, and this happens over and over again in the Muslim sources. So this is just, I mean, how obvious could it be that this does not come from God?